Sprouted grain. This is the next topic. So this is what sprouted grain looks like. In our local area, we can get oats for a fairly reasonable price. So if you feed, like if you take a can and you give this much oats to a cow or to a steer, they eat it really fast. But if you take this much oats and you soak it in water and you make sprouts, it becomes now this much oats. Also, the oats, when it's just dry, it has carbohydrates in it. But when it's sprouted, it has much more vitamins, especially B vitamins and A vitamins in there. So what we do is in the wintertime, the animals, they only eat the dry food, like the dry grasses. We give them this, and then that causes their health to be much improved. So in the past, our animals used to get sort of like coughs in the winter where they would get this snot and they would like this all the time. And after we started doing this, we didn't have that problem anymore. So yeah, vitamins A, E, C, and B vitamins are increased.
So this is the result of soaking grains in water, and
yes.
then you leave it for some time and it turns
yes.
something.
It turns into sprouts.
And that's what we call sprouts.
Yes, yes. So also, if a cattle, they have, like for example, a really high carbohydrate grain like wheat. If they eat that, their guts, you know, cattle have 4 stomachs, right? Yeah. And they have a lot of bacteria, lactic acid bacteria, which are fermenting their food for them. Yeah. That works great for cellulose-based plants. But if you put a carbohydrate in there, those bacteria, they reproduce a lot, and that makes the cattle sick. They'll be burping a lot and this kind of stuff. So if you sprout the grains, your animal does not get sick when it eats a lot of grain. And so in the wintertime, we use this as a way to help their nutrition, and also it prevents them from getting various sicknesses. So first, when we grow the sprouts, we soak the seed, whatever seed we're using, for 24 hours in water. Then we have this screen. We put it on the bucket and we just pour out the water. And we have the soaked water, we throw it outside. Then we have this. We have trays like this. And these are the more sprouted ones, and these are the less sprouted ones. And there's a shelf here. And so the new soaked grains we put down here. And then every day when we feed the animal, we take the sprouts from here and we give them to the animal, and we push the trays over on the shelf, and then we take ones from the bottom shelf and we put them up, and then we keep doing that until there's a space here, and we put the new ones in here. So we pour the water. These trays have holes in the bottom, and they're on a slight angle. No, they have holes in the bottom at the bottom edge. So we pour water at the top edge, the water runs down, goes through the holes, and then this one here is tilted like this. So you pour water here, it goes through, goes here, and it runs down through the next grain, and then it runs down through the next grain like this. So then it saves some labor. You pour water just in the top, and then they get the water. We water them twice a day, and after 5 days, we have a thick enough sprouts. These ones were not a great seed, so they only sprouted a little bit, but sometimes we can get the really good sprouts like this.